Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, I need to make a really important one. I've been getting a lot of comments from US players about not being able to purchase anymore. There is something really important you need to do regarding migrating your account, and I hope I gathered all that info. Alright, so this might be a long video, but I want to go through all the details I possibly can in any way I can help people to do this properly and be able to play properly and have no worries, because nothing has changed. Everything is exactly what they said. They said they would get a new publisher for the US. There's no concerns. They did, and they've already secured the new servers, the new app, and yeah, there's just some steps you have to do in order to, I guess, deal with it. So I think we have a lot of questions we need to answer, and we just need to go over all of the details the best we can. So first, I'm going to start from the beginning. I want to start from the first post on March 27th. So this is the initial post explaining the merge and what's happening. So to continue providing you with stable service, the US publisher of Watcher of Realms will change from Moonton Games to Skystone. We appreciate your ongoing support. The Watcher of Realms team will continue optimizing the game experience and providing content updates for all commanders. To ensure you retain your account assets and can continue playing normally in the future, please read the account transfer information and transfer your data as soon as possible. Now, again, this is for the US players. Thank you for your understanding. To express our gratitude upon completing the account transfer and logging in for the first time, you'll receive a transfer exclusive reward mail containing the following: rare summoning crystal times 10, mythic artifact essence times 1, and a huge stamina potion times 5. You can tap the links below to download Watcher of Realms US Skystone for account transfer and future gameplay. You can also search Watcher of Realms US in the App Store and download the app. In Google Play or the PC client also has their, there's the link there, so you can just go directly to PC client as well. So for more details about the account transfer, please check here. So we will open that Reddit account, or the Reddit article, and take a look at the details and see if we can answer some questions. The thing to know is Watcher of Realms just has a new app. Simple as that. The old Watcher of Realms app, and then there's a new Watcher of Realms app. That's it. But that does mean you need to transfer your data from one app to the other. And that's we want to make sure people, do properly. And once you get the new Watcher of Realms app, which will have Skystone listed as the publisher, then, then you'll be able to spend and play as normal again. But the old app, which is connected to Moonton, will no longer provide updates or service. So that is why you cannot spend or update your game if you're still on the old app. All right, let's pull up the initial guide here. So this is the first set posted 3 days ago. We since have an additional FAQ because there was a lot of questions that I had after I read this myself, and I wanted some clarity. So I asked my staff contact if they could clarify some stuff for us. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to read through all of this as well. So, the usual, I read it so you don't have to. The account transfer. All right, what is an account transfer? It refers to the process of transferring player data, including characters, progress, items, etc., from Watcher of Realms operated by Moonton Games to Watcher of Realms US operated by Skystone. After the transfer, you will need to relink your third-party login methods, such as Google Play, the App Store, etc. So it's like you're installing the app for the first time and migrating your data, and you need to relink everything so you're properly secure. And yeah, that's very, very important. Will I need to pay for an account transfer? No, this process, of course, is completely free. Any private messages requesting transfer payment are fraudulent. Please stay vigilant to avoid being scammed. What happens if I don't transfer my account? Going forward, Watcher of Realms US will be published by Skystone in the US. Commanders in the US will no longer be able to play using the Watcher of Realms app. We urge all commanders to transfer their account data as soon as possible to avoid disruption to your normal game experience. Now, when will the game become unplayable? They don't answer that in this part. I don't know if they do in the second part, but at the very least, there's no updates and there's no ability to pay, so it does definitely affect things. However, keep in mind, guys, if you are a spender, use that smile one link in my description or pinned comment always instead of the Google Play app or App Store, whatever. Anyway, because you can get a much better deal, and the W Gold is, yeah, a smart choice. And then you can buy the W Gold, you don't have to spend it instantly, versus buying a pack where you have to make a decision in the moment. You can just buy W Gold whenever there's a good deal and stock up on it and then use it as you need. Smarter, smarter. All right, anyway, onward with this. So, what data will be retained after the transfer? So after the account transfer, all your game assets, characters, progress items, etc., friends, mail, social data such as guild info will be transferred without loss. The account transfer process. How do I transfer my account? After downloading Watcher of Realms US from the links above and logging in for the first time, you will see a data transfer authorization pop-up. After agreeing to authorize, you can verify ownership of your original Moonton Games account through either an email binding or a transfer code. If you choose email binding, enter the email address bound to your original game account, tap Send Activation Email, and input the code you receive in your email. This will complete identity verification and display your character information associated with that email account. Please verify the information before proceeding with the import to complete the account transfer. So you can see here, they do have a pic showing email binding transfer. This is what you, need to do. If you haven't bound to an email, your original account, you can choose transfer code to identify verification. Log into the original Watcher of Realms app. If you're using a US IP address, the app will display account transfer information on the loading page where you can obtain your transfer code. The transfer code is your account ownership verification ID. To protect your game assets and privacy, please do not share your transfer code with others to avoid potential losses from unauthorized transfers. So there is some sort of code that should show on your loading screen. So be ready, maybe screen record as your game's loading so you could take a screenshot and copy the numbers or whatever you need. Or maybe it pauses. I don't know because I haven't been able to see that, but yeah, there's a special transfer code on your loading screen. All right, question 6. I've already logged into Watcher of Realms, but I didn't get a transfer pop-up, or I declined it. How can I initiate the account transfer again? So in Watcher of Realms US, tap your avatar in the top left corner of the screen to enter player profile, then go to settings and account settings. You'll find the account transfer feature below your character ID. So that is right here, just like it is next to switching accounts or creating accounts. That will show as account transfer. Additional notes. Why do I get a new account after downloading the game from the above links and affiliating my Google or iOS account? We take user data protection very seriously. Therefore, we need you to authorize to complete the account transfer and migrate the data to a new publisher. Please read the account transfer process above. After completing the data transfer authorization, you can log in again to access your original account. At this point, you can link third-party accounts such as Google Play, Play Store, for quick account switching in the future. So I think just like anytime you open an app for the first time and it defaults you to the start of the game, you might have to, you know, get in there first or catch the loading screen fast enough to where you can hit switch account, and then you can choose to switch to the account of your choice. But okay, logging. I guess no, you're actually, see, I thought, oh, that's the difference. So I actually thought that you would log into your old account and then see a button to transfer to the new one, but you don't. You have to download the new app in the first place. So that's already what I did not expect. Interesting. So can I reverse the account transfer completion? No, this is a one-way operation and cannot be reversed. Please verify the target account information carefully before submission. Can I transfer the same account multiple times? Can only be done once. What should I do if someone else has bound my account? Sharing information carries a high risk of account loss. Please protect your email information and your transfer code. Do not share them with others to avoid account asset. To avoid loss of account assets. And if you encounter any issues during the process, please contact us through menu and support in game. There's also another spot for support that I'm gonna point out, or if you guys have further questions. So one thing I just noticed when checking out the Discord is they actually added this, an important notice. So, wait, is that here? No, that's that. I'll keep scrolling. Latest update, this one. So yesterday, which is meaning the 28th, they said, following the release of the account transfer FAQ yesterday, we received various questions from commanders regarding account transfers. Please refer to the detailed answers below. If you have further questions, feel free to contact our support team. Which I'm going to again show you another thing, which actually is here, but we'll save that for last. So what about the FAQs? What are people asking after reading all that and they're still unsure? What are we doing here? So transfer time. How long will it take? How long will the account transfer process remain available? If some veteran players miss the initial announcement, can they transfer their accounts later? The answer is the account transfer will be available permanently. However, once the old app becomes inaccessible and account switching is no longer possible, only accounts already logged into the old app can be transferred. Interesting. When will the original app no longer support the game? Will it become completely unplayable or unable to open, or will it just stop receiving updates? They say please stay tuned for official announcements. So it's still functioning. It's just not getting updates as of now, and you can't spend. All right, iOS will have their migration on the 29th, right? So that was today. So we are currently working on the iOS version of the app. The existing App Store Apple version will be removed from the store on March 29th, and a new version will be submitted for approval on the same day. Once approved, it will be released immediately. Please stay tuned. So they removed it from Apple Store. Yes, today. There is nothing for Watcher of Realms currently, I'm assuming, in the Apple iOS store. So that is okay. It's part of the process. Don't panic. Once approved, it will be released immediately. And you know how Apple can be really slow with things, so just be patient. And don't worry, it's just part of the process that they have to go through like every other application that exists, right? They can't exactly jump the line and just get something instantly approved. So this was my question. I asked a whole bunch of questions regarding who needs to transfer because I'm like, what about me? I have an American-made Google account that I'm bound to, but I live in Romania. What if I go back to the US and want to play? Can I? Like, there's so many questions to kind of answer regarding that as someone who might have moved or someone who travels. How does that work? So, do players on the Forerunner server need to transfer? Yes. If you play the Forerunner server in the US, including US territories, you need to transfer your account. How do I transfer multiple accounts? If you have multiple characters under the same account, they can be transferred together. So like you can have a Forerunner server account and a main account connected together. That's what this means. If you have multiple separate accounts, each one must be transferred individually. Once the original app becomes inaccessible, you'll no longer be able to switch accounts, and only the last logged in account can be transferred. We recommend completing the transfer as soon as possible. So you're just going to need to go through and switch to each account on your old version of the app, and then open the new version of the app and transfer accounts there. So you're going to do it individually for every single one, which means you're probably going to have to log out. Oh boy, that does not sound easy to do. Maybe it's easier on the PC client. All right, and is account transfer only available for US players, as it's not available in our country? So only players who play the game in the US and US territories need to transfer their accounts. Players in other North American countries and regions are not affected. Skystone will still serve as our publisher in the US, providing better game services for the US. What about if you created an account there? I guess the reality is it's the app that doesn't work anymore. So if you're in Romania, like I am, okay, here's what I learned. Let me give you guys a little tip here. If let's say you used to live in the US and you moved to another country, so you can go to your Google settings in your Play Store and actually change your location. So let me see if I can find that right now. Okay, so you open up your Google Play Store, and then you hit your icon for your name, your account, and then you just go to the bottom and pick settings, the one that's more at the bottom, like by personalization or help and feedback. You hit the settings button. Then you go to general, account preferences, and then you're going to see the first one says account, country, and history. So what you can do if you need to change the country that your profile for Google Play is from, that's where it pulls in the data from the Play Store. Like mine says Romania. It knows. So if I wanted to change to another country, you can click on it. It doesn't look like you can click on it, but you can. It's like, if you want to change it, I'm like clicking it. Maybe it's not letting me because I've already changed it before? No. Anyway, you should be able to change it. So I think I did this on... I guess I did this when I was on BlueStacks. But you can click the country thing there and change to another store. But you can only do that like once every 6 months or once a year or something. And you have to verify it with a credit card in that country that has an, like, that has an address that is, like, I would need a Romanian credit card or a credit card that's linked to a Romanian address, like a Wise or a Revolut or something at least, in order to do that if I didn't have it already set to Romania. But my phone is a Romanian phone, and when everything was installed, it was Romania, so I think that's why it connected. But if you are like me and maybe you left the US and you need to transfer, it's just something really important to know is that you can change your Google Play Store location, your country. Just Google how to do it if you didn't follow what I just said there, I guess. Not too bad. All right, so let's see what else they say. Transfer operational tutorial. Can I still transfer my account after the original app becomes inaccessible? Yes. To facilitate account transfers, a transfer code pop-up will still be provided after the original app becomes inaccessible for players in the US. We recommend transferring as soon as possible. Does email migration refer to using a Google Play or Facebook email? No. You need to use the email bound within that game app. Google Play, iOS, Facebook, etc. cannot be used for the account transfer. Okay, that's very important. We recommend binding an email within the game. So if you just go to your old app, do the email binding first, and then open the new app and do your account transfer process. All right, step 1. So click on your avatar. Step 2, on the right side, go to account binding. And this is what I do, guys, when we do account giveaways or when we do summoning parties. We just use the email binding feature because it's so much simpler. So that is where they're talking about as far as that goes. Okay, so game content issues. Will the new US app receive the same updates as others going forward? Yes, the game content will remain the same. What if I play the same account on PC and iOS? If I update on PC, will I lose on iOS? I don't want to transfer on PC and find I can't play on iOS. So after the transfer, PC, Android, and iOS data will remain fully compatible. So it doesn't matter which device you transfer on. If you try to log into your account, it's going to find you as long as you transferred that data. Cross-region play. All right, I have got people that originally made accounts in the US, but no longer are residents in the US are showing me this issue, where they're forwarded the new US app version, but unable to install it because it's US specific. So only players who actively play in the US need to transfer. To ensure stable service, Skystone will handle publishing in the US. Players outside the US don't need to transfer their accounts. But again, this is the difference, which maybe this person replying doesn't even know. I don't know. We'll see in the other answers. Like I said, your Google Play Store, if you can change your Google Play Store to be the US if you have a US payment method to link to it, a credit card to link to it. So some people might do that because of gaming or something else, or certain apps that they want, and they want to, you know, not have their country because it's restricted. You could technically do that if you also have US, or if you're like also a US citizen or whatever. There's reasons you might decide to do that. So if you are linked to a Google Play or whatever US store, then you are gonna get the US apps. So you will get the US Skystone app. All right, if my store region is not set to the US, but that's what I mean, but my account requires a transfer, what should I do? Players in other regions are not affected. If you are currently playing the US, please follow the account transfer instructions. So actually, yes, they are affected. That's the problem, is technically you're not affected based on what they're saying, but if your phone thinks you have a US Play Store, you need to change it to the country that you moved to. All right, after transferring my account, can I still play the US version if I leave the US? Do I need to transfer my account back? Only players who play the game in the US and US territories need to transfer. Players in other North American countries are not affected. Skystone will still serve our publisher, blah, blah, blah. So they're just answering, they answered this with the same answer. But let's end with another important thing regarding this. Here. Ask here. So in their official Discord server for Watcher of Realms, which you can access directly through any other websites or socials, I'm sure, if you have issues, you can ask here. And then there is like going to be staff members that reply, but they could be not replying instantly because it is the weekend, so they're probably not fully working. But there is, again, the account transfer guide here. So this is all with the Reddit information, but I will link both of the Reddit articles in the description of this video. I hope it helps to make sure you guys secure everything safely. If you play in the US, you need the US app. Simple as that. And just a friendly reminder to, yeah, adjust your Google Play region if you have moved outside the US to the country you're currently in, and then it won't matter anyway. But that's been all for this video, guys. I hope that helps clear up things. You guys are not having any concern. You should not have any concerns now. There is no issues with the US and ByteDance, and oh my gosh, Watcher of Realms is going to shut down still. No, it's not. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. They've literally already taken care of it. And they've done a wonderful job doing so as fast as they can and communicating everything as well. So good job on them to take care of it. And I'll see you in the next video.